Hi! Zackalope has returned to tell more of his theories and opinions and hopes and dreams for the next Smash Bros. Smash Bros. 4! And for all Smash Bros. In the future. These can apply to any Smash Bros. In the future. My hair is bugging me. Okay, so today I'm going to start off with the Mario series. I'm fairly certain that if you enjoy gaming, you should know that Mario, the Super Mario series, is one of the biggest series, or rather, it's the best-selling series in the world. Best-selling video game series in the world, from what I understand. And it also happens to be Mario happens to be the mascot for Nintendo. So without a doubt, if you're going to see a large number of characters from any one of the series appear in a Smash Bros. Game, it's going to be the Mario series. And this has been true throughout. Because if you don't want to count Yoshi or Donkey Kong, in Smash Bros. 64, he still had two characters, which was matched by Pokemon only. In Melee, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus probably some I'm missing. If you don't count Yoshi or or Donkey Kong. And then, of course, in Brawl, he had 4 characters, plus the 2 from Donkey Kong, plus Yoshi, plus Wario, and all these series are very closely linked. So, expect a ton of characters from them. But first, let me get started on the Mario series as opposed to Yoshi, Donkey Kong, and Wario. From the Mario series, they've had quite a few characters appear. They've had Mario and Luigi in 64, which I expect to reappear because they are 64 veterans. They've had Peach and Bowser, which I would love to see again because Peach is huge and Bowser's huge. And then they had Dr. Mario. But Dr. Mario, I do not want to see return. And I've already explained why in the first video. Because if they're going to have him return, maybe make it as an alternate costume like they did with Wario. Because the thing is, he's about as cloney as you can get. He's as cloney gets. He's the same character in a different costume doing the same moves with different animations. I never understood it. I know a lot of people like him, which is why I'm saying putting him in as a costume, that would solve that problem, in my opinion. Now, I've heard some various possible ideas for who from the Mario series could join. One of the ones that I agree with, that I could definitely see happening, is Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. is getting a huge, he used to be a minor character, and then, I think he first appeared in Sunshine, didn't he? And if he did, he was one of the biggest characters there. But even after that, he hasn't been removed from the main story of the Mario series. He's been a huge character throughout. For that reason, I could definitely see him joining. One thing I've heard is Daisy. Daisy's possible, but once again, I don't want her to become a clone of Peach. She couldn't. There's a chance that she might not too. We'll never see. No. But I just rather not her become a clone of Peach. It's the same thing with Rosalina. Some people want to see Rosalina, and I don't want to see her become a clone of Peach. Now, if they can add them and not make them clones, that'd be great. Now, Toad. Some people say Toad. And at first I thought this was a very, very bad idea. It'd be like adding Lizzlefoss from Zelda. A really obscure character that, in my opinion, there is no one singular Toad. There's Toads all over the place, and often one Toad manages to stand out from the rest, but it's all Toads. So for that reason, I thought this wouldn't work so well. And plus the fact that Peach pulls out a Toad to use as her shield. Toad already is a playable character in that sense. But when somebody brought up the fact that in Super Mario Bros., the new Super Mario Bros., Toad is now one of the 4 playable characters. 2 Toads are two of the 4 playable characters. I'm more open to it. We'll see. Finally, from the Mario series, Waluigi. I've been looking up other people's ideas on this, on what they'd like to see. Waluigi comes up several times. For the life of me, I don't know why. Waluigi's definitely a very eccentric character who is very enjoyable to watch and play as. But at the same time, he's being hashed out. He's not even in some of the newer party games. He's not even in, say, the newest Mario Kart. They're hashing him out. He's not in there anymore. What I'd love to see for Waluigi is for him to be incorporated into the WarioWare series. I think that would be fantastic. But until that happens, I just don't think he's major enough to be considered a playable character for Smash Bros. Yoshi. Now, the Yoshi series. I consider it its own series because Yoshi's had a decent amount of games on his own. Now, many of them have been parts of the Donkey Kong, or not the Donkey, of the Mario series and various things. They've often been parts of other series, but at the same time, Yoshi has had his own string of games. And so, therefore, I considered him to have his own story. It also helps the fact that he has his own series icon. You know how Mario and Peach and Bowser have the mushroom, Link has the Triforce, Fox has the emblem on the Great Fox, Yoshi has an egg. So it leads me to believe he has his own series, at least in my mind. Unfortunately, I can't think of another character from the Yoshi series. That's the one downfall of the Yoshi series. A lot of the games from the Yoshi series have had, for example, Baby Bowser as a villain. And Bowser's already there. So, I can't think of another character from the Yoshi series. Next, Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong and Mario started in the same game, but they both took dramatically different paths. Donkey Kong's games are just as good as Mario's, in my opinion. They are very, very good games. And he has his own series. He's had Donkey Kong Country. He's had Donkey Kong 64. He's had the other Donkey Kong countries. Donkey Kong Country Returns. And he has his own cast of characters now. Now, Donkey Kong has appeared in... Now, once again, he's a 64 veteran, so is Yoshi. So I want to see him through. Diddy Kong was introduced in Brawl. Diddy Kong has long been Donkey Kong's sidekick. Diddy Kong, I would love to see return. I would love to see... I'm stuttering all over the place. Diddy Kong return. I'd love to see that. And there are two other characters that have been mentioned in terms of being brought into Smash Bros. From the Donkey Kong series. That I've seen two characters largely be talked about. First off, one that I heavily agree with, and if any character from the Donkey Kong series is coming, I want to see him in there. King K. Rool. King K. Rool fits what I have called the villain rule. The villain rule is something I've, in my mind, created that if there's a legitimate enemy of a hero to be put in, and if you're going to introduce another character from a series, say, for example, Pit series, or Samus series, Metroid. If you're going to introduce another character from one of those series, I think it makes sense for you to introduce a villain. And King K. Rool fits that very, very, very well. He is the villain. Now, Mario has Bowser, and Link has Ganondorf, so why not King K. Rool? Another character that I've seen come out for Donkey Kong that some people think would fit, and I can see it working, is Dixie Kong. The only problem with Dixie Kong is once you have Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and King K. Rool, you're starting to get too many Donkey Kong characters because not a lot of series have 4 characters. But who knows? I might not know what I'm talking about. Next, the Wario series. Now, the Wario series, Wario actually has 2 series. He has Wario Land and those related type games, and then he has WarioWare. Wario Land is a platformer, someone like Mario's games, but they involve some different game mechanics. While WarioWare is a bunch of mini games. I never understood WarioWare. I played it for like 5 minutes, and I was confused. I didn't know what I was doing. I might get back to it one day and then realize, oh, it makes sense now, but I never understood that game. So as such, I don't know much about the Wario series. But I do know a couple of the characters, and 2 of them have come up as possible additions. Mona and Ashley. From what I understand, Mona is the female protagonist of the WarioWare series, if there is a protagonist, because once again, it's just minigames. But she is the main female character. Some people have mentioned that they don't know how she would fit because they don't know how she would fight. I don't know. It'd be another girl to add to the series, and adding more girls to Smash Bros. Wouldn't hurt. And Mona would be kind of like the Peach of Wario's universe, I believe. And then Ashley. Ashley is a creepy little girl who apparently lives in a haunted house, and she's a witch. I know nothing about her. But some people said she could use magic to do it, and you know what? I could understand that working. So, Mona or Ashley. I think Wario should get some more characters, though, because Wario's starting to make his own spot in Nintendo's lineup. He's got his own game series coming out, the WarioWare series, and it's coming out fairly quickly enough for it to be noticed. So I think adding more characters from the Wario series would definitely add to the representation of the series. Not that I know anything about it. I'm just saying. So, yeah. That's all the characters I'm going to go through for today. Next time I'll be discussing the Zelda series, the Metroid series, the Kid Icarus games, and the Ice Climber game. Yeah. So, if you like this, please, remember, tell me your opinions about what I'm saying. Tell me what you think about what my ideas are. And if you think they work, tell me. If you think they don't work, tell me. But don't just say, oh, your ideas are stupid. Please, give me a reason. I would love to hear why you think my ideas don't work. Thank you. That's it for today. Bye!